In accordance with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, this video is not intended for children under the age of 13. And here we go again, fresh off our victory in the Darkest Dungeon Level 2. We have Aaron Axe today, we have the Green Scorpion today, we have Titan the Destroyer today, and we have Douglas Jenkins today. And all of you guys have all of your weapons and armor ready, so let me just check the guild on you guys real quick. Good, 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 and good. Alright, so my only question then, I already put people in the medical ward. Should I work on people in the treatment ward at all? Dragoon doesn't really have anything I want to fix too much. How about Ice Crawl? Ruminator and Anemic. I wouldn't mind taking care of Ruminator and Zosoud, actually. I want to work on that one. So we got Satanophobia, extra stress from Unholy, less stun resist, slower on the first turn, and less accuracy. I'm actually gonna try and treat the Shocker problem for you, Zosoud, because I am now accruing much more gold, so I might as well. I already quit my trinkets, and I decided I really especially want to train up Titan the Destroyer. Let's take a look at something actually real quick. So these are quest goals. These are like basic things that the game thinks you should be trying to do in addition to getting through the Darkest Dungeon. It's kind of to guide you on your way. So we have not beaten the Necromancer Lord or the Gibbering Prophet yet in the Ruins, those two bosses. Or the Hag Witch or the Brigand 16-pounder in the Weld. Or the Formless Flesh in the Warrens. Or the Drowned Crew in the Cove. So that's 6 of the 8 veteran level normal bosses that still need to be taken care of. Not veteran, but what did they call it? Like legend level? What do you call a level 5? Champion. The champion level bosses. Champion is higher than veteran. We also have. Okay, so it marked off the first 2 assaults in the Darkest Dungeon are succeeded. We still need the 3rd assault and then completing the final Darkest Dungeon quest. That is where I think our Let's Play is going to come to an end if we can successfully do that. But there's an enemy in the farmstead called the Sleeper that it says we should take out, and also the Countess in the Crimson Court. So not forgetting about those. As far as level 6s, the only kind of level 6 we haven't had yet is a Flagellant Rogue Shark. Right? And we haven't had a level 6 Plague Doctor yet because they kept dying, but we're going to work on changing that today. As for my Flagellant, Rogue Shark is... I believe you're in the sanitarium right now, Rogue Shark, so we'll work on you sometime in the future. But we're going to make a little bit more progress in the Warrens today. Or do we want the tunnels? This is going to be a shorter quest here. I don't really need the quest to be too short, though. And this is going to give us fresh air in the tunnels, meaning that the week after the Warrens will be easier. Wait. What am I actually supposed to be doing here? Okay, we need to activate 3 animalistic shrines, and we need to use those picks to do it. So it's kind of good that we have Titan here to cure Blight and Bleed, because we're not going to have too much room for bandages, for one thing. I'll take some more anti-venoms, though. It gives us 9 food right off the bat, and I love that. So yeah, spending less money on food now, that's going to help us accrue gold even more, so I can spend that on removing negative quirks. Torches, shovels, and yeah, should be good enough. Let's take a look. Alright, how you guys doing? Green Scorpion is here on another mission. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out the top 10 Swarm Masters over on his channel. I'm feeling a little bit like a failure because I wanted to get out my character study around the same time as he did Swarm Masters, but despite the fact that he was delayed in getting that out, I am still not even close to being done with my video, so I am kind of a big failure there. A big part of it, actually, you know, excuses, but one reason for it, as long as I'm making excuses, is while I was playing Danganronpa, the way we were doing it is I have it on my PC, and I was taking my PC, I was continually moving it back and forth between the office here where I record, where I have my desk and my setup and everything, and out into the living room to hook up to the TV so that we could play Danganronpa on a big screen together and sit on the couch together as we like to do. So, it did mean that I wasn't... Oh, that's one of the shrines. Cool. I was thinking, like, I don't recognize that, but look, that symbol that they're doing there, that's the same symbol that it does when somebody's stressed out. That's, like, the symbol of the beast. So, I mean, that's kind of what I was using as an excuse to, like, not really work on my video, is like, oh, but my PC's not where I can work on it, and then the only thing that did motivate me to move it back into the office was when I needed to do another Let's Play episode. Alright, now you're just opening stuff, right, Aaron X? Yeah, feh. Okay, finally some enemies. I was thinking it's too quiet here. But we can start the bleeding off quick. We can also get... That would give us 120, so minus 70. That's a 50% stun. And that's... Oh yeah, that's a 90% to stun. I'll try and stun you anyway, even though it's not super likely. You know, I might as well do the damage. That's also a 50-50 to stun, but I think I'd rather just go for the bigger damage here. Especially because you're unholy, and Aaron Axe's smite is going to do extra damage to unholy. So we're just going to try and take you out more quickly. Okay. You'll bleed out next turn then, so we're done with you. I'm also just, I don't know, every time I do sit down to work on the video a little bit more, I look at my editing and I, like, don't like it. I'm a bad editor, guys. I know I just need more practice, but it does make me feel bad. I don't know. It's a frustrating thing for me, and that's because, you know, I wish I could just be good at it now, and I know it doesn't work that way. I don't know why I did that. I should have just gone straight up for the kill. Let's throw a plague grenade. Just cuz. And now we're just hitting you to do damage to you. Yeah, this is already a clean victory here. Nothing really to be done here. Nobody needs any healing. I can't relieve that stress, so I'll just hit you. I guess I could have attacked with Douglas on the off chance of getting the kill with the light magic. And that would have relieved a little bit of stress. I guess that's the technically smarter thing to have done. See, that's the symbol there again, too. That symbol's all over the game. It's even here on the UI. It's above the skeleton's head. Just in case you never noticed it. It's kind of a big deal. We're doing more bleed. I gave Titan this one item that increases their chance to cause bleeding damage. Or, yeah, their chance to inflict bleed. I especially did that because the swines tend to have lower bleed resist but higher blight resist. So, I mean, maybe my first character study will come out and it'll just be, like, super rough around the edges, but I'll just, you know, make it as a learning experience and still release it, because why not show people, you know, what I learned how to make? It's very easy for me to get discouraged with that kind of thing, but I need to just do it. And I'll tell you what, if I still have some time before I have to make dinner after I finish this episode, I'll work on it a little bit more. Oh yeah, your like staff thing too is also that same symbol of the beast. There's even, I knew it was everywhere, but there's actually even more of it than I was thinking there was. Not a lot more, mind you, but still more. Okay. Green Scorpion's gonna come out to play. Start dealing some real damage here. Okay, and you'll bleed out next turn. So if you could finish off the Marcher. The problem with this team is I don't have a lot of reach. That didn't seem to matter to Scorpion, though. So I'm gonna smack a body here, just cuz. Okay. So let's do this, actually, because this will get rid of all the dead bodies. Disorienting Blast. That's an underrated Plague Doctor move. I think it's pretty great. Yeah, I haven't gotten to do a whole lot with Plague Doctors this round. It makes sense that these are the only two that I haven't gone to level 6 yet, are Plague Doctors and Flagellants, because they're the ones that I keep getting killed more than any other class. I guess Houndmasters, too. I feel bad for how many Houndmasters I've lost. This is a critical stone. I've never had that before. Okay, and that got me a debuff. But alright, we should also be, like, searching the hallways, too. Because... Whoops. We should be searching the hallways, too, in case there's any of those animalistic shrines that we gotta knock down. When it said, because I know the event that you cause is called Fresh Air in the Warrens, or whatever it is, Fresh Air in the Tunnels, I thought we were going to be, like, making openings in the walls that, like, air could literally, like, get in, and that, you know, it was more, like, breathable down here. Okay, there's a journal page here. We don't need it. I don't really want this jade either, but we'll take the jade for now. Use that holy water. Okay, and you guys are back. One of these days, Crimson Curse is going to start again, and we're gonna have to go in and fight the Countess to get rid of it. Which is a little bit more exciting, I guess, now that we have... That was a good hit. Oh, man. It's a little bit more exciting now that we have...
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
4 heroes who have been through the Darkest Dungeon, who are, you know, master-level heroes now, that I can take them in there and not feel like they've already done, like, the most important task a character can do. They've completed a Darkest Dungeon mission, and I can't send them in for another. So anything they still accomplish after that is, like, icing on the cake. If we're being purely utilitarian, it kind of doesn't matter if they die. I don't like to say that in quite so many words, but that's kind of what it's like. Okay, who has the lowest... Yeah. Okay, we're actually getting some stuns moving around here, which is keeping all of you guys busy.
Continue the onslaught.
And I'm happy that mosquitoes don't leave bodies behind. Okay, now if you can just not... Oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Don't cause the curse, don't cause the curse. Okay, alright, that's fine, that's fine. So, let's... Both of you guys had your turn this turn already, so we got it. I just really don't want the curse to start. I really don't want it to start. It's like playing, it's like playing Betrayal. You ever play that board game? That's a great board game. And I just, like, I know it has to start eventually, but I just never want the haunt to start. Nah, we'll leave this. I played a Secret Hitler for the first time. That's another board game that I got to try. Pat brought it over and we played that. It's a lot like, it's one of those social deduction kind of games where some of you guys are betrayers and some of you aren't, and you have different goals and you're trying to figure out who is who. So yeah, let's... Zealous Vigil, so no nighttime ambushes. I didn't even need to do this. I'm really just trying to get rid of the camp stuff. And... And now maybe on top of that we'll give everybody some buffs. Which I think most of the buffs are going to come from you, Aaron X. Oh, no, not really. Okay, the Quickening will increase Oscar's speed. And Psych Up is going to increase your damage for 4 battles. Even though that's going to cause some stress on everybody. So maybe you can encourage Douglas to calm Douglas back down. Okay, and that's going to give us a powered-up Abomination to push us through the rest of this mission.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Okay, alright. So we'll go this way first. I know that there's, you know, battles in the way here, but we'll do it.
Only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Yeah, I really like board games, and I'd like to make a, like, formal video on the topic sometime. But I've wanted to do a, like, a video that would just be a top 10 of all my favorite, like, tabletop games. Not full-on tabletop RPGs like D&D that you play long form, but, like, you know, the kind that you buy in the box. Board games like Monopoly, but not like Monopoly. One of my favorites is Red Dragon Inn, if I've ever talked about that game on this channel before. It's a card game, and there's just so many expansions to it, and it's so fun. It's that's the one where the idea is that it's a, like, group of fantasy heroes after the but it's after the quest is over, and they're basically just hanging out at the bar. They're hanging out at the Red Dragon Inn, and the goal is to be the last one standing, where you have a fortitude meter and an alcohol content meter, and if those meet, you pass out from drunkenness or being beat up from bar fights and stuff. Okay, this, I think, gets rid of a negative quirk. So, since Aronnax has the most negative quirks right now... Oh, no. They're just regular transactions. Yeah, so either characters pass out, or if they run out of money, they get kicked out of the Red Dragon Inn. And it's a pretty funny game. It's a game with a lot of character. All the like flavor text is fun, and you each get a character. Each character has their own deck with some exclusive things they can do, and then there's things that like everybody can do, but how many cards you have for that are like if you're playing as Fleck the Bard, Fleck has more gambling cards than some other characters, and he also has stuff where he can, like, make other people give him a gold piece, or he can order more drinks for free by playing a song for the bar, and then they reward him in drinks. Where then you have a character like Gog, the half-ogre, and Gog's thing is that, you know, he's a big brute, and all that he does is hit people really hard. But the way the flavor text is written, he's not actually trying to hurt anybody. He just, like, he doesn't know his own strength, and he, like, accidentally sits on somebody, or he wants to dance. It's like one of the hardest hitting cards in the entire game is Gog wants to dance, and he dances with somebody and beats the crap out of them for 4 fortitude. Or you got Dimly, who's a dwarf, and his thing is that, like, Well, you got Deirdre, who is a cleric, and in that way she's kind of a tank, because she can heal a lot of the fortitude damage that she takes, but she doesn't have a lot of things to deal with, drinks, to deal with how she gets drunker. And then you have Dimly, who's the dwarf, and he is an alcohol tank, where he keeps having things that lets him ignore the effects of a drink. Usually by saying, like, a dwarf, no self-respecting dwarf would drink that, I'm waiting for the good stuff. The joke is kind of that he actually doesn't drink any of the stuff. He just keeps throwing it out because his standards are so high. It's a neat game, and it's got a lot of character. I recommend it. That's Red Dragon Inn. They're still making expansions for it. There's like 7 main sets, and then there's a bunch of like single character or 2 character, like smaller expansion packs. Okay, Douglas wants to play with the bones. Ah, good find, Douglas. What I was talking about before, though, was Betrayal on House on the Hill, and that's one where you're kind of a Scooby gang. Your bus is broken down, and you're from a school field trip, and you're exploring a haunted house on the hill. And the first phase of it is that you're all exploring the house. The house gets procedurally generated every time because you keep flipping up tiles every time you walk into a new room, which is a neat way to do it. And then eventually the haunt starts, and depending on how the haunt starts and what cards are in play, you get a different, like, second phase every time. So sometimes it turns out that usually where one player becomes the betrayer and they're against everybody else in the house. There's one where one player becomes the zombie lord and is commanding zombies against everybody. The player can turn out to be a werewolf. The house can turn out to be a spaceship and is going into space. There's one where there's like a phantom fiddler in the ballroom who's trying to hypnotize everybody. It's a lot of really neat stuff. It gets really out there. And it's cool using the same tools that the game has in all of these different crazy scenarios. It's like you get like 52 games in one, and you never know which one you're going to play. It's a real Action 52. I don't think there are actually that many scenarios in the main game, but then there's also an expansion called Widow's Walk. Nice one, Greenscorp. So that's a good board game. Trying to think of other ones I really like. There's a game called Bang, which is actually made by an Italian company, but it's like a spaghetti western card game, and it's another social deduction game. One of you is the sheriff, and there are deputies trying to protect them, and outlaws trying to kill them, and renegades trying to kill everybody. And you have cards to shoot each other and cards to dodge. And part of the fun is that the cards are all in Italian, but the rules are so simple that, like, just the symbols on them tell you enough how to play. It actually doesn't matter that they're in another language. There we go. Alright, quest complete. There's one that I can't remember the name of. Where the idea is one of you is a ghost who has passed on and is trying to communicate. You're having a seance trying to hear from the ghost who murdered them, and the only way the ghost can communicate with you is by handing out these cards that have these different, like abstract art images on them. And you need to, like, solve a different number of mysteries where you can only communicate using these weird cards. Can't think of what that one's called, though. Okay, Titan just got lethargy, which I would have rather that happened before I went camping. Because while I was camping, I would have been able to cure it. But okay, let's look at this. Lethargy, -4 speed. Okay, that could be worse. And Aronnax, can you take out this little worm here? Yeah, I'm just going for a little bit extra treasure now at this point. Might as well take a little bit extra home, especially the heirlooms. If I can get more heirlooms, that would be great.
A dizzying fall.
Which is why I'm carrying around this treasure key, even though it doesn't seem to be good for anything. Oh, okay, that's more stress. Douglas, I know you're about to get an affliction, but it's okay because the mission is already over and we can leave pretty much any time we want to. Not in the middle of a battle, but, you know, besides that, pretty much whenever we want to. Okay, I'm going to not... This time I won't transform Green Scorpion right away. I'll wait until I can get some of these other characters killed first. My group has gone pretty much completely undamaged this entire time, which is strange. You're the one I'm really worried about back there, and I can't get to you very easily. I even took this Paralyzer's Crest for more paralyzation with Aronnax, and I haven't really been using it that much. Okay, good crit, Titan. Yeah, what's that one called? I keep wanting to say Phantasmagoria, but I know that's a completely different game, which I've yet to actually try. Okay. Now I'm going to morph you. I know, Douglas, I'm sorry. We won't be much longer. Man, that's so much damage, though. Does that... There's a bleeding effect whenever he does that, but I don't think he actually causes bleed on himself when he does that. I think that's just... I don't know why they put a blood effect there when he's moving backwards. That's very strange to me. Alright. Now, if I was really crazy, I could go back over to here and have them all fight the Shambler. But I don't think we want to do that. That'd be so cool if I got a stun there. That would have been really cool. Okay. Well, here's the fun part. I can destroy all the bodies that are here, and now you can't charge anymore. So, haha. Yeah, I'm not even going to try and go for the stun. Let's just... You'll be dead soon. You'll be dead before you get a chance to do anything else. Rage. There we go. Oh man, that one camping skill was really good for the extra damage it's giving Oscar. Okay, and all that leaves is this hallway, and it looks like there's nothing actually in it except for a trap, so... What's the point? Let's go home. Alright.
Robbed of their writings, the swine will grow ever more ignorant. If such a thing were possible.
Yeah, not as much gold and treasure as I'd like to be taken home, but, you know, we got some heirlooms, and Douglas grew to level 4. That's good. And Titan and Green Scorpion and Aronnax all grew to level 5. You also all got diseases. You got the worries, and you became a precise striker, which replaces Ruin Explorer. I guess I'm okay with that. Green Scorpion, got Grey Rot. But you're a weapon tinker. You went from being an armor tinker to a weapon tinker. That's kind of funny. And Hylomania. And you got Creeping Cough and Unerring, which replaced Clutch Hitter. I don't really care. And Perfectionist. You get stress every time you miss. That's kind of an amusing negative quirk.
The twisting tunnels no longer exhale the toxic stench of degeneracy.
So, the West Side residents have expressed relief at the abatement of the nauseating odor emanating from the ancient aqueducts. We get more experience and do more damage in the Warrens on our next quest, meaning next week we should go to the Warrens to take advantage of that. Which is a shame because I was hoping a boss would show up, and they didn't. The boss did not deign to show up. That makes me a little sad. Also, just all of you guys got diseases. My goodness. So I guess maybe I'll... Do I want to do a champion mission and get more of you guys up to level 6? No, I think I'd rather do another veteran mission and train more people, and I'll give Titan a week off to get this lethargy taken care of. Then again, I like how many deeds this gives me. Yeah, I think we'll keep working on Titan next week. So maybe it'll be Titan and... what level 5s could use more work? Maybe Monstro? And maybe... Well, we were talking about leveling up Rogue Shark some more. So maybe Rogue Shark. And then... yeah. Real mid-boss. That's good too, because Rogue Shark will give us some more healing from the front, since antiquarians like Monstro aren't great healers. So I think this will be my mission for next week. In the meantime, we'll take you guys to the sanitarium. Still don't have enough heirlooms to do any of the stuff that I want in the district, so I'm not even going to look. We will treat your... No, we're not treating your lethargy because you're going on the mission. We'll treat Green Scorpion's Grey Rot and Aaron Axe's worries. And Douglas can pray at the transept. Last but not least, let's take a look at the stagecoach. Alright, got a level 2 occultist in there, but I'm gonna hold off on that. And anything good? I guess we should start looking at the Nomad Wagon more. I know I don't... I'm saving my crests. I told myself I wasn't even gonna look here, but I am. I think for the Cartographer's Camp is what I want to use it on. And the Training Ring. Both of those are more important to me right now than the Nomad Wagon. Yeah, I think I want to do the Training Camp first, actually, because I like the idea of more HP and more accuracy for those characters. That's never a bad thing. I'm kind of curious what the actual benefits of the Torchlight are, but both are things that I want. So I don't want to spend my crests to do anything else crazy right now. Anyway, I'm the Comic Foil, thank you for watching, and next time we'll enjoy some of that fresh Warren's air. Delicious.